Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of Fully Loaded Fridays. This is the post-Wrestlemania episode. We watched Mania and yeah. So in honor of the post-Mania special, this is the Fully Loaded After Mania, we got our first special guest on today. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Clueless Nix. I'm a streamer and wrestling fan for what? 2008? What? 16 years? 16 years. Jesus.
Holy moly.
I've been watching this shit for 16 years. That's insane.
That's kind of nuts.
Longer than
Yeah,
God.
to think about that. God damn.
Okay, to be fair, Rain, to be fair, Nix is also probably older than me, considering I found wrestling when I was 10 in 2015.
Oh yeah, you were
I
like
found
a
it
little...
when I was 8. So,
I'm a young fellow.
I was
small little baby boy.
I was born watching this shit. Fro, when did you start?
Yeah, you were.
Huh? I said it'd be like that.
Oh yeah.
I started. I don't remember. All I remember is watching the Rey Mysterio. I don't remember how old I was when I first watched it.
So 2014 or earlier.
Basically,
Yeah.
2014, a little bit earlier. That's all I remember. Watching Rey Mysterio hit the 619. But I was young.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
The 619, just like how you want a 69B.
Absolutely, baby.
So in honor for a special
So actually,
guest,
do you want to just ask here real quick if this is the post-Mania show? What did everybody think about about Mania's night 1 and 2 combined, 1 to 10?
night one blew anus, but night 2 was pretty good.
I personally don't think night 1 blew anus. I think it was just very underwhelming. And night 2 was great. That's my thought. That's my personal thought.
So it blew anus.
Okay, anyway. There's only like 2 bad matches, truly bad matches of night 1, I really believe. And it was that women's whatever it was with the tag, was it a tag team? I don't remember.
Was it a trios?
Yeah, the 3v2.
Yes, the trios match. Like that shit fucking blew anus. And what's it called? The main event was very just underwhelming. The main event was very underwhelming.
Holy
That's really it for me.
Fucking shit.
Okay, I'll give my take here. Night 1 was fine except for Jimmy J and the trios.
I think Jimmy J was an average match. What's it called? It wasn't even that bad. It's just very average.
That shit was the most heatless match I think I've ever watched.
Yeah, I really do think that. I really think that night 1 just suffered from being painfully average. It wasn't anything super exciting, but also, just like me being somebody that's like, oh yeah, story, Triple H has a plan, blah blah blah. I feel like it's like night 1 was previous Vince era type Mania, and then night 2 was like the era of Paul Levesque type.
Absolutely.
I got a story about that. Usos match.
Night 1 I would say also had some good peaks though. You know, Shelly Rhea Becky was a really good opener for instance.
Yeah.
Or that tag ladder match.
I got something funny to mention about that Usos match. So right when they were showing the promo package, I went to go to the restroom. I had family over, right? So I went to go to the restroom. I came back out of the restroom. My fucking grandmother's on the couch, and she's like, all right, so I have a question. Because she's starting to get into wrestling and stuff. So she's like, I have a question. Who's this Lil Wayne person right here? I turned the TV. I was like, what the fuck what Lil Wayne? Fuck like that. And I was like, oh, he's just a rapper or something like that. But it's like, I had no clue what she was on about. And she's like, who's this Lil Wayne? I turned the TV and just was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I got heat with that match. That match is what everyone criticized a Young Bucks match for being. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Unironically though, it is like flat out. I think my big issue is, I think I was saying this to you before the match even happened. Flat out, this just tells me that that Jimmy and Jay needed to develop more unique movesets before something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their movesets are just like
super
the same.
kick splash.
Yeah.
Super kick splash, basic shits. Like they need a more developed full moveset.
Super
I
kick
mean, they're
splash.
a tag team. They're tag team wrestlers. Yeah, tag team wrestlers.
Wow.
And it's weird. I don't know. As much as I love their singles runs, as like, you know, Bloodline versus Jey Uso and whatnot. damn, they need each other. Or at least they need a
Yeah.
partner. They need a tag team partner because that's where they flourish.
They
Or at the
need
very
moves.
least, they need to just never face each other, or they need to develop more of a unique
Yeah.
moveset. Like,
If anything,
like
the
Rand
match
brought,
should have just been a no holds barred match, so they could just like.
pretty should have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's
Yeah.
like Rain brought up like the Young Bucks, for example. Some people may argue they don't have the most in-depth movesets for individual wrestlers. They do still have something.
They got like
Whether it
other
be
moves
those-
other than just a super kick.
Whether it be the Northern Lights that was it Matt or Nick does,
Matt.
like the, yeah.
And then Nick's got like the springboard like corkscrew salt that he does to the floor and shit. So it's like
Yeah.
each brother has like their own unique like spot that they
Stuff.
do. These two, it's like super kick, top rope splash. They yell in front of the camera like, "I'm sorry, my Uzi," and shit, and then that's the match.
I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
Uzi.
I don't know, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, I think the night one main event was fine if maybe a bit too long.
It was
A
too
bit.
long, and
A
the
bit.
whole Rock, what's it called? The thing that annoyed me was the whole Rock telling the ref to like not count and all that. It's like, bro, if you're going to cheat, just cheat. Fuck it. Because there'll be times he just ignores the whole thing.
It's,
You know what I
I
mean?
wish
Just
that- I wish
just
Rock
cheat and
made
win.
it
The
a
fuck?
I wish Rock just made it a no holds barred match mid match.
that would have been way better. And,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
If they wanted
Fuck
like,
it.
that match to be better, it should have just started at the crowd brawling section, you know, just to like cut the like 10 minutes of fat off this match and shit, and just get to like the good stuff, you know. And
Yeah, I get you.
he could have just abused his power to make it a no DQ tag match, so they can like just cut to the good shit. Cause he legit just broke the fucking match when he was yelling at the referee like, The Rock doesn't fuck around, you know, don't count out The Rock and shit. Cause it's like he's abusing his authority to make so he doesn't like lose this match. And
Yeah, so you don't get counted out. I would
yeah,
be
but
like,
it breaks it because imagine
don't
like
do
if
it.
Cody and Seth won this match, what's stopping him from just reversing the decision just because he's the boss?
Well, that's the point. I feel like that would have been a really interesting angle to run too for it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you didn't get a 3 count, The Rock didn't see a 3 count. I feel like with the whole Rock abusing his power thing, it was a very interesting way of doing it. Not just making, suddenly the match is no holds barred. No, it's no holds barred for me. You still have to listen to the rules, which is, from a villain standpoint, very smart because like that just prevents you and saves you from getting low blowed and like, you know, being out for it. You
No, I
can
feel
low blow
that.
Cody, but he can't do it back. It makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
If
No, it does.
Maybe, like, a
It
bigger
definitely does
hurdle
make
to
It's
sense.
like
over.
okay, this is like a really weird example. Do you guys remember like the SVR games?
Yeah.
Remember like SVR 09 where like you had that feud as John Cena with MVP?
Oh, the Better Than
We're like-
Utopia storyline.
Yeah, better than Utopia match. Where like you had to beat him with a 5 count and he only had to have a 3 on you and shit.
That's
It's
what,
like
that's
that.
what that
It should
tag
have
match
been
needed.
like that.
That's what that tag match needed. It needed the flag on the ring post.
And needed the better than Utopia match.
Dude, fuck The Rock.
No,
It should have been Tony out there the whole time.
Yeah.
No, but you get what I mean though. It should have been something like that, where it's stacked against one side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dealer's choice. You're going to fight. You're playing against the dealer, not just another person. So of course the dealer is gonna cheat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like playing in a casino.
Exactly.
But I'll say this: there's one thing I could say about that main event. Rock was fucking great for what it was.
Rock
like,
was good.
dude, he was legitimately just in really good shape. You can tell he trained a lot harder. But it's like maybe Mania 29.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
He
I
was
was
blown up within 5 minutes.
I was a bit surprised he took a bump through the table because I didn't think he was willing to do something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Listen,
I
I'm
suppose
just
it's
yeah.
like
I
I just he wanted to show like his loyalty.
and like I'm a bit shocked too. Like near the end of the match, he wasn't really like blown up at all. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did his
maybe
thing.
tired, but that's what's
yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
he looked
Yeah.
great. It was
He did.
I genuinely was shocked too, like just thinking back to 29 you said, how gassed he was in the first 5 minutes versus this. Once again, the commitment. It was a genuine tag team match, not hey, I'm your partner and I'll get the pin, but like, you know, Roman's doing all the heavy lifting. It was like they both carried the match.
This wasn't an Andre with Haku thing where Haku would like do all the work and then Andre Bertrand never goes in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Or Nicholas with fucking Braun Strowman, you know, like.
Oh jeez, yeah.
I want to beat. Well, to be fair though, I don't think they want to shit child abuse. They'll show
listen. I'll still advocate for the fact that Cesaro should have done the swing on Nicholas. I'm just gonna be real.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing. I'm sorry, just eat the child.
To be fair, I feel like that's the one spot they probably could have done, and just considering it's like the one spot that realistically wouldn't hurt that much, would just get him dizzy.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just him getting dizzy. He's not even really taking a bump. It's cartoony as hell. And if they want to go with a comedy match like that, just do a like cartoony ass spot like that, you know?
Yeah. It's just imagine just now Cesaro like just grabbing a child and just spinning them around and then throwing them out of the ring is magical.
The 12th fucking row of the stadium.
Exactly. Just throw them out of the. Oh, what match was it? It was during the pandemic era that who got like power bombed over the barricade, and it was like very clear, like obviously there was like padding back there.
It was Dominic.
Yeah, it's something like that. Just do that to Nicholas.
Yeah, just put a padding. Just putting a padding away from the hard cam so no one could see it.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Anyway, let's go real quick. Night 2. Bayley Io was arguably match of the night.
Dude, it's either the main event or that match being match of the night because I need a rematch between these two because they fucking cook, bro.
Dude, they cooked hard, dude.
They cooked hard. I need a rematch between. I hope we get another match between these two at like Backlash France or something like that.
Now, all I'm saying though, 0 out of 10 though, Bayley or Io did not hit the Canadian Destroyer.
We don't need a fucking Canadian Destroyer every match you fucking mark, dude. We don't need.
Dude, hey, I'm not a mark. It's called I know what to say to make you angry.
You're a ball licker. That's
you and those goddamn Canadian Destroyers, man.
Yeah, random ball licker. I like throws balls all the time.
Absolutely.
Call that Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly.
Nah, that's great.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes. That's quote of the year right there. I fucking love it. Right. That's my favorite rain quote.
Night 2 was a lot better. The main event, I think Taker. There's a better reason I can think of right now, actually, in hindsight.
I'm gonna be real. It should have been Orton instead of Taker coming out. They wanted Austin, but if you couldn't get Austin, it should have been Orton helping Cody out.
Okay, real quick, can I just say, though, it does make sense, though, considering Taker has beefed with literally every major member of the Anoa'i family in the last, 30 years.
I get that. It was for the spectacle. But, I think it would have meant a lot more if Orton came out and gave The Rock an RKO.
I mean, it would have maybe meant more, but Taker still does make sense.
I just think it was a spectacle. It was
bro, Coco is COCOA. That's how you spell Cocoa Puffs.
No, but that's how you spell the cereal, Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
That's how you spell the cereal, COCO.
Yeah, he said Cocoa Puffs, like the cereal.
Yeah, it's COCO.
That's what he meant. COCO, big dog. If we're talking about Coco,
Nah, Rand was making a Cocoa Puffs joke.
That's how you spell it.
The cereal. No.
Oh my god.
Are you okay, buddy?
You smell burnt toast. Are you good?
Oh, you know what?
Dude, it's
he's spitting. You know what? He's right. You're right. He's right.
Suck my balls.
We sold. We're selling. We don't wash.
To take another nap. He's cranky.
We didn't wash the product, guys. I don't know what to tell you. We didn't wash.
Yeah, Rain. I don't think you eat the product. So.
Don't eat the product.
Yeah, you don't eat the product. The Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right.
He's fucking right.
Dog, I was a mark for these when I was younger. I should.
Bro, I feel like one of those men. I really feel like this is one of those Mandela effect shits because I swear to fucking God it was C-O-C-O. I don't remember no fucking
You know how many people think that mega stuff or like double stuffed Oreo spelled S-T-U-F-F when it's actually spelled S-T-U-F?
Roman Stansby, like last night was a Mandela effect. He actually retained the belt.
Oh, bro, there was so many Roman stands on Twitter, bro.
Okay, but
crying about it.
I get the point they could have been Orton, but I think Taker was also not a bad choice.
I don't say Taker is fine. I really do.
It was literally just overbooked to be overbooked in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was Cena, Undertaker, The Rock. It was, I guess it kind of goes back to the whole previous generation, this generation, all in one night.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
And
everyone loved that Cena spot though. Everyone loved that one.
Cena came out, one rock bottom.
Also, just gonna say this also though. It was nice to say that Taker was on Mania 40 also though.
That's true. Because it means that's true.
Because he was on Mania 20, 30, and 40. He only missed 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 by default, I suppose. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's actually get to the actual fucking match.
Yeah.
I'm just make this the Wrestlemania podcast. Well,
it's the Wrestlemania episode.
That's fine. Like I could talk about it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We had to make up for Dodge's stupid fucking pick last week.
That's so true. This motherfucker said the hardcore battle royale last week. If y'all didn't watch it, you should go watch it.
Match. Don't even fucking.
I didn't say I enjoyed it. I said it was just an average match with no wrestling. Everyone just hitting each other with sticks and trash cans and a fan.
With your two favorites of all time.
Listen, I love Pete Gas and Taka Michinoku, but the other 11 people in that match could not save it. I'm gonna be real with you.
If only there was a Canadian destroyer, Ren would have loved it.
Yeah.
True.
Oh my.
Absolutely.
So this week,
tap me up, brother.
Tap me
up, bro. Tap me up.
For our special guest here, Clueless Nicks, we're actually going to review your pick of this match this week. So what match are we reviewing this week?
So after the documentary for Bray Wyatt, I wanted to review the Firefly Funhouse match from the pandemic era WrestleMania, which the number I cannot remember.
WrestleMania 36, Night 2, taking place. Well, this was recorded in March, but it aired on April 5th, 2020, Orlando, Florida, at the WWE Performance Center. Cage match. This has an 8.51 out of 10.
Do you guys want to hear a fun fact actually about this Mania?
What?
Because this was the only Mania that was pre-recorded. I think they recorded alternate endings for certain matches.
And it's lost media at this point or something like that?
Yeah. Well, lost media because it's they were probably never meant to actually be seen. They were probably meant in case it gets leaked or whatever. Oh no!
I'm betting you
Aleister Black beats Bobby Lashley.
I'm betting you
they would just do the actual bait switch.
I'm betting you they're probably gonna leak those at some point during a documentary on this Mania or something like that, the near future.
Yeah, the COVID Mania.
Yeah, the COVID.
I wouldn't doubt it. They make documentaries about everything else. I'm sure they would.
Dude, they would make a documentary about how Frozen left ballsack saved WrestleMania 40.
Absolutely.
Well, before we get into this match, people, do you want to hear, just to kind of get a time frame, you want to hear the latest video games that came out during
Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I do.
Okay, shit, that was one of them. So
I literally remember it. Okay, you know how I remember that?
How do you remember
that? I
remember
for some reason watching Drew Gulak stream that. I don't know why.
So April 2020, not a good month for gaming. I'm just gonna be real with you. So I've got 3 entries here: Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4, Resident Evil 3 Remake for the PS4.
Oh my god,
Xbox
I forget about that fucking remake, dude. The one where they cut down on everything and got rid of one of the key locations of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game I remember a lot of people streaming. Totally reliable delivery service for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. I remember that one being pretty good. I never got to play it myself, though.
It was. I played it with a few friends back then. It's good. It's good.
You know what's even better though? Latest Family Guy episode during this time.
But yeah, Family Guy too.
Season 18, episode 15. The episode called baby Stewie. Stewie built a machine to help him stay smart, but it turns him into an actual baby. This episode
that sounds ass.
Fucking sucks, as you can imagine.
Like most Family Guy episodes from like past 2015.
We were hitting a good episode last week. We're in the death pit era.
I gave you a good episode of Family Guy, Rain. I gave you something good.
Yeah, that was the highlight of last week.
That's. What, did you just watch it before you watched the match?
Dude, this is the era of Family Guy where you watch an episode and you don't remember shit that happens.
I just remember like one joke that was fine enough.
It's just we're in the mid era.
Well, the shit era.
Like I said, this is the very start of the COVID era. I think this was the first pay-per-views of the pandemic COVID era and stuff.
It was.
I think it was the first because I think dude, it was such a weird contrast because I think Elimination Chamber was like literally the last show they had fans for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then like the SmackDown after immediately in COVID era. It's fucking strange to look at.
Yeah, Triple H comes out, he's like, there's no fucking fans. What's this show anyways?
Dude, remember when Triple H just did commentary one time with Michael Cole? He was really good, then never did it again.
That would have been so cool to have my commentary.
Yeah, it was just like thinking back to that, right? It was not only the stark contrast, but like just watching wrestling and how much it relied on the crowd for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or not for a hot minute, how much wrestling relies on the noise of the crowd to cover up everything else, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I get shit. Like to cover up things like them talking through spots or them just kind of screaming loudly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of that. What's it called? I forgot what I seen. I think I seen it on like fucking. What am I thinking? I seen it like on YouTube or something where it's like Alexa Bliss, was it Naomi, and then like two other people were having a match. And then once it cut to commercial break, they all just stop and just lay on the rope of the ring.
Broadcast error, so they like stop the match because there's no reason to wrestle. Continue wrestling with zero fucking people. You just make it.
It's like that one. Believe it or not, bringing up Family Guy again. It's like that one cutaway gag that they did where it's like them setting up a cutaway gag, and it's like,
and then they just sit there
on their phones.
Yep.
People's out a cigarette and shit.
I can explain the build to this match actually.
Please do.
Okay. So in 2018, after the Deleter of Worlds ended up being as much of a flop as you think it would be with Bray Wyatt and Matt fucking Hardy, Bray Wyatt proceeds to disappear for a year, Shen, until the Raw after WrestleMania, where this new thing pops up. Oh, the Firefly Funhouse! Woo! Then over the next few months, the vignettes keep coming and coming and coming and coming, until eventually you finally see it. You see the Fiend. Shit.
This dude.
You see this man. I put it in the chat.
We seen it. I just wonder how that's going to translate for the podcast.
Me when I piss my pants full of pee-pee.
And then the Fiend debuts for the first time on camera.
It was beautiful.
Says, "Let me in." Then like a couple weeks later, attacks Finn Balor on a random episode of Raw, which sets up for them at SummerSlam, and which he then fucking demolishes Finn so hard he goes back to NXT.
Damn.
It's so true. That's so true. That's so fucking true. He gets demolished by the Fiend so hard he goes down to the NXT. That's funny. That's bad.
Literally, it's what
he did, yeah. He's like, you know what, the main roster is not for me anymore.
And then immediately they put him in a world title feud with Seth Rollins, this is a character who doesn't need a fucking world title.
Yeah.
Or even a title.
Yeah.
And puts him against Seth, someone who's a really unwanted babyface champion who the fans have soured on.
He beats him up so hard the crowd chants AEW.
I'll get to there. Let me get to that. Then they feud. then Fiend and him fight at Hell in a Cell.
Oh, one of the worst
Then they
matches
proceed
of
to
all
have
time.
the worst Hell in a Cells of all time. To the point where even
God.
fucking X-Pac on the push show was like, what the fuck was that? I don't care what you think about X-Pac.
Is that why X-Pac hasn't showed up on WWE in a long while?
Probably is.
Listen, he wasn't wrong though, because that match was bad. I love Bray Wyatt to pieces. I love everything that he did with the Fiend, but God,
that
damn.
match always him.
I always
the
loved
fact that a no
like
DQ match ended with a disqualification made me want to jump off of the Hell in a Cell.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Bro said, you don't need this match anymore.
True, I guess. And then, okay. So then they go to Crown Jewel, and the right thing happens, I guess, even though I still think Fiend doesn't need a world title.
He didn't.
Period. Then he has a pretty good feud with Daniel Bryanson. Bryan Danielson.
My fucking goat, dude. My boy.
Yeah.
And then they proceed. Then they proceed to have a pretty good feud going into, what was it?
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, until Royal. Yeah. I thought they had I think they had a match before that.
Well, they had their Survivor Series match, but like they had a. We talked about their strap match.
They go to Survivor Series, then they go in. Then Bryan takes time off TV, and he has a short feud with The Miz, and finally lets him go back to being a fucking heel. Thank God.
Yeah.
Then Bryan comes back. Now the fan theory at the time was like, if he fought the Fiend, he would turn you heel. Bryan was the exception. He just got a haircut.
Because Bryan fucking rules. Bryan rules.
Maybe
he really does.
He just got a haircut, Shang. And then they had a match at the Royal Rumble that we covered in a previous iteration.
He beat him up so hard he got short hair.
Yeah. Then they had a strap match at the Royal Rumble that we covered in a previous iteration of this podcast.
Yeah, lost episode.
It's not a lost episode, Shane. It's one of like 5 lost episodes.
One of 5 unlisted lost episodes.
Then elimination. Then they go to Super Showdown. Bill fucking Goldberg comes in, Shane, and was meant to lose the match. Okay, now I will say this: this is not on Goldberg.
It is.
According to Goldberg,
it is.
Okay,
fuck Goldberg.
No credit to Goldberg.
No. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's not at least partially because he did the match, but apparently, according to Goldberg at least, so take it with a grain of salt. Apparently, he was meant to lose that night. Then he just randomly got word that he was winning.
How big is that grain,
He
buddy?
didn't even want to. I don't fucking know.
How the fuck do you randomly got word from who?
Most likely, fucking Shane McMahon.
Why would it be Shane McMahon? It'd be Vince.
That's after what's it called? After doing my research and seeing what I forgot what was it, Mania? I forgot when he fought Matt Riddle and he went into business for himself or some shit like that.
Royal Rumble 2022.
Royal Rumble 2022, bro. After hearing about that shit, I'm so fucking sure Shane McMahon went into business in so many other fucking cases.
It wasn't Shane McMahon though who was booking shit.
You say that.
Goldberg was booked to lose. But then for some fucking reason, Vince was like, I want to pop a rating.
I want to pop
a rating.
Because Goldberg showed up on showed up for a random segment. They got a rating boost.
I want to pop a
So they thought Goldberg was going to pop a rating. So they gave the title to him. So they had him squash the fucking Fiend.
Which was the stupidest shit.
It really was.
Agreed. I feel like that might be even worse than the no contest.
Yeah, no, it from a lore perspective for the Fiend, if you want to keep this scary monster being a scary monster, him getting squashed by Goldberg, that's stupid. You could have a monster lose, not like that though.
Yeah, not like that.
Which one's worse between?
Especially Goldberg. Goldberg's not that good of a name.
Goldberg, I feel like is worse because at the very least the Seth match.
Well, here's the thing: you're ruining your character, or you're ruining the history of this gimmick match you've had for decades.
I don't think it ruins the gimmick of the match. I think it more so lends to the idea of Bray being a scary ass monster. Because it's not like every Hell in a Cell is going to now end with a no contest. It's, hey, this dude just got hit over the head. Literally his head got squished between tools and chairs and ladders and a table and all this other junk, and you just smashed a hammer on him. Yeah, no, the ref is no, I'm done. Ref is like, no, I'm good. That's enough of that.
Bro, that ref's from Weenie Hut Juniors. I'll tell you what.
That's crazy. But let's move on to this. I just want to say that about Goldberg allegedly. I'm not gonna say it's true or not. If that's true, then Vince is a fucking idiot.
I mean, we know that.
I mean, we know that.
Yeah, it's like
he's a bigger idiot than we know.
You know the sky's blue.
Yes. Hey, we're not talking about AEW right now, Shane.
Oh my fucking bro, dude.
That's crazy.
Hey, you said the sky is blue. Sky blue. I am so funny.
You are so funny, dog.
How did this Cena start?
Okay, then on an episode of SmackDown, cannot tell you the specific date. I'm gonna be honest with you. My memory is a bit clogged from that era, but I know the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Cena comes out and essentially says, "I am not wrestling at WrestleMania." Then he goes up the ramp, and then the Fiend appears and points at the sign.
Yep.
And that sets up the match.
And now you're wrestling at WrestleMania. Done.
Yeah, then they have a couple weeks of build up, and it's revealed to be a Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah.
Now, if we're looking at this from the time, what the fuck is a Firefly Funhouse match? And if we want to go with the Raw equivalent, what the fuck is a Boneyard match?
So, it's really funny going back to this. Because
you put your bone in his yard, brother.
I put my bone in your yard. Let the guest speak.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll fucking plant my bone in your bush.
Let's go! I love to see that shit right there. Let me tell you what. All right. You tell.
Go ahead.
So, looking back to this time, right? It was at this point in wrestling and within the world, given the pandemic, there was already quote-unquote rumors of COVID, if that makes any sense. There were the rumblings of, hey, there's this very contagious thing starting. We should kind of have a backup plan just in case. And if COVID had went away and didn't come into a pandemic, guarantee it would have just been a regular Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
Probably. It probably would have been. Because cinematic matches were not really much of a thing. The only real cinematic matches that were successful in wrestling before this were the final deletions.
I honestly feel like if they went with the Extreme Rules route with this, you could have exactly predicted how this was gonna go. Where the Fiend was gonna no-sell everything, it was gonna be red lighting, and it was kind of gonna be like the fucking Hell in a Cell match all over again.
Yeah, and the Fiend would probably win.
The Fiend would win, of course, but it's the fans, I think, would have just shitted on it if it was just a no rules match again.
Yeah. So, looking at it, right, I feel like there was the idea that, this is gonna get fucked up. So let's just have, I guess, two ways to look at this. If it's a Firefly Funhouse and there's a Firefly Funhouse match and there's a crowd. Okay, Extreme Rules match, maybe set up the ring to look like the Funhouse, maybe have them come through the door, abandon all hope, ye exit here. And then, match goes on, whatever happens. But then, the cinematic match.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Probably one of the best things that came out of the pandemic era, in my opinion. And also really just the start of, I guess, more creativity in that sense, in that direction of creepy horror aesthetics and camera work and editing, in general with the WWE. Because, if we're looking at it, the closest thing we've ever had to The Fiend was The Undertaker. Any horror gimmick kind of got watered down, Finn Balor, no disrespect to him.
Actually, I would argue The Fiend was more similar to something like the Boogeyman, unironically.
I was gonna say
that's fair.
In the sense,
I was gonna say
because
early
the Boogeyman was literally meant to be a movie monster. I think that's literally what his gimmick originally was meant to be.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like early Mankind also makes sense there, right? I agree with you on that.
Yeah. But either way, with those things, the best thing that they ever did was, hey, here's a fog mist machine, here's some dark lighting, here's some red lighting, go crazy, dude.
Here's some lube. I mean, what?
I mean that too. Here's some lube and some like gummy worms that we dyed brown. Go wild, I guess. And from there, like, I guess the best part of this match, to me at least, is the fact that it was not only a narrative on John Cena's career, it was not only recreating those big, big, big moments, but it was also taking the piss out of WWE as a whole.
It's such good shit.
Exactly.
It really was.
Like looking at that, I'm just like, wow, it's like that really was just a sign of the times, I guess. And knowing where everything is now, and how, certain reports have come out, it's just like looking at that, it's like, god damn, that was like the closest to almost saying fuck you to Vince as you could possibly get.
I think
on the stage of the Immortals.
I was
like, whether it be shit like, and I think it's not even just. I think it's also a good look at Bray Wyatt.
I was
Cena too.
I was doing research.
How small a part that is.
I was doing research about this match, and it kind of makes more sense that they were able to get away a lot of this shit because apparently Cena wrote a lot of this match.
Yes. So watching Bray Wyatt's documentary is kind of the reason why I wanted to pick this match in particular, because it went in depth of what happened and how they filmed that. They had 2 days to turn around that match.
Yeah.
It was pre-recorded, sure. It wasn't, but they had a 2-day deadline, and that's when it had to go get shipped off to editing and post-production. And the fact that not only did they put together a coherent match, a coherent story, along with some wrestling here and there, but also all of these just jabs at the company and wrestling and just kind of making a spectacle out of it during this really dark time, not only in wrestling history, but in world history. It was really, really cool. Like, just looking back, it was truly, like, as weird as it is, it's like the whole thing, the way the Firefly Funhouse entrance goes, it's like, that really cheery, happy, I'll always light the way, all you have to do is let me in stuff. That literally was, like, his job during the pandemic era. It was not only just a thing of him being a super creative talent, but it was also that relief during COVID that everybody needed in wrestling.
Yeah. Like, if I were to say something here about this match, which I'm gonna be real, I'm using a match in a bit of a loose term here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's more, yeah.
It's just a match in the same way that, like, that me randomly pinning Rain for shits and giggles when we beat up is gonna be.
Is it? You know what I mean? Is this like a spooky vignette promo stretched out for like 13 minutes and stuff? But it's got like a cohesive like beginning, middle, and narrative as like structure.
It's like watching
match.
It's like watching a B movie.
Yeah.
Or a short film.
Or like a really good B movie, like a really bad but really good B movie.
Yeah, like it's a movie that was advertised as wrestling, but then you just got a horror movie. It's like it's not a bad movie. It's just it wasn't a wrestling match, which
Like if we look at this,
it made me feel like
realistically, I feel like this is a match where we just kind of go broad strokes.
Yeah,
we don't have to go too in depth per se, but seeing shit like Bray coming out and having redoing the ruthless aggression. Was just sweet.
I was gonna say
it really was.
Great.
We could do broad strokes. I've also, just in case if you guys ever want to, I wrote down word for word a lot of the important promos being said during the match too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I have it pulled up on my other monitor, just parts and highlights of the match.
Same. I have some notes, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Then you have shit like Cena and Bray joining the NWO though, which is just like a big riff on how they never turned Cena heel.
Exactly.
Especially considering it was meant to go heel in like 2012, and that makes that story of Cena make more sense than a John Cena who, in 2012, was meant to be his worst fucking year, proceeds to win Money in the Bank and beats Brock Lesnar, and has an overall pretty good year, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's a jab at how shit of a booking that was from Vince, because Vince was off his knockers by, like,
Absolutely.
2011.
And I think one of the best parts of it was the opening line of "You're about to face your most difficult opponent" or something to that effect, yourself. It was one of those kind of meta moments where it was like, damn, this man really was kind of an asshole when he was when he was the face of the company back in what, 2014, 2012ish, that area.
Yeah, like, Vince would, like, book him as, like, the biggest asshole, and yet was meant to be the best guy. It's
Exactly.
Yeah.
why, like, John Cena's booking really only started picking up and working really in, like, 2015. When, like, Cena maybe wasn't really the face of the company anymore like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he was still there and was, like, still probably the most popular, but he wasn't the guy anymore. You know, he wasn't constantly going for world titles.
Yeah.
And so that's when, like, fans could start appreciating Cena more, on top of him expanding his moveset and shit.
Yeah. Like,
Compared to, like, 2012, where, let's go bring up a good example here. John Cena covering Michael Cole in fucking barbecue
Oh
sauce
my fucking.
is both really shit and also makes Cena look like an asshole. No matter how much of an asshole Michael Cole is, he's embarrassing this dude on live
This
television.
240-pound guy pouring barbecue sauce on like this 70-pound like fucking geek and stuff like that. It's like how, even if Michael Cole was a heel, it's like, you know, you're just picking on the small guy. You don't really like look like a good guy. And
Yeah, same thing as like '04 with when Benoit and Cena put fucking soap in Paul Heyman's mouth, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like unneededly cruel to the point where even if it's a heel, they still don't deserve that. You know?
I,
Like, it's just
I think
embarrassing
the only
at that
time
point.
where that type of shit worked was where he put Eric Bischoff in the dumpster after they fired him.
Yeah,
Because
because that was like something where no one liked Eric Bischoff, and it was more of a jab at him than anything. It wasn't like embarrassing him completely on television.
yeah, exactly.
Also, actually, I have like one more example here. Cena making out with Zack Ryder's girlfriend right in front of him
damn.
Yeah.
also doesn't help.
I remember that.
I remember
sat there
that too.
Wow. And
He got the Rough Rider got rough right.
Could you imagine they do a
cucked.
callback spot to that where Bray made out with Nikki Bella right in front of Cena?
Oh my god.
That would be insane. That was insane.
That'd be awesome. Okay, but yeah, it's like it brings up like the broad strokes of how Cena was just an asshole, but was meant to be the most cheered man possible. You know, like this isn't a Rey Mysterio situation where Rey Mysterio most of his career has been, well, a
Just
swell guy. He's never really done shit like this.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of thing. It's not like Austin where he earned the respect to where he could go as like a twinner.
Mm-hmm.
Cena really never got to earn that other than like his first couple years as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It never just pulled that trigger and just made him evil. Big bang.
Yeah.
I wrote down
They
his,
should've.
I wrote down his rhymes during the Doctor Thugonomics bit in this match, dude. Like,
I need you to say them. I
Rap
need you to say them and
right
rap them right now, bro. Nah.
do I
Yep.
say it in like his voice too?
No, in your voice.
It's- where do I have it in my notes? Right here.
Let me hear it right now,
Okay,
buddy.
here we go. And now I'm the Doctor of Thugonomics. I just switched like that mid-fight. Your audience would be so excited. They just went from 6 to midnight. Now, what do you mean by that, John?
Maybe that shot.
What about that stuff?
Oh, I get your little joke. I can only talk and rhyme, right? Fine. What the fuck? Fine, I shine. You still ain't my. I still shine. You still ain't taking away my limelight. What the fuck are you saying here? I fuck up.
Send me it out. I can do this better probably.
Okay, yeah.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
If all I got is rap and I use it to my advantage, unlike Husky Harris, there's some weight I can manage.
Yo.
Bray, I got
Yeah,
it.
that's the one thing I wish they did. I wish they did Husky Harris in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, they sort of did.
With
There was the point in the match where it shows John Cena beating up Ray, but then it cuts and then shows that it was Huskus the Pig giving all the punches.
Yeah.
And that was like the equivalent of what was happening back then in that era of WWE, where people that looked like Husky Harris or Bray Wyatt were getting constantly beat up on people that looked like John Cena. And then it perfectly moves into that. Was it before or after? Let me just look right here.
Like, genuine question, was there like a WWE champion who wasn't in like that kind of shape?
No. I mean, CM Punk debatably, but like his shape...
Yokozuna's the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
Mankind.
Mankind. Well, Mankind slash just Mick Foley. Yeah. Who else would be on that situation?
I would say that's very like you said, those type of champions that wasn't like John Cena built was very situational. I feel. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to count Big Show.
No, I'd count Big Show, and like most of his 3-day run, he was kind of chubby.
I guess.
But he was the Big Show. He got his like whole popularity for being big and you know. So I think he's an exception as well. You know.
Yeah, he can.
I mean, I just think it was, hey, he's the Big Show because he's 7 feet tall. I mean, I'm pretty sure
so why not put
interviews where Big Show said, like, Vince told him, yeah, you need to lose weight, buddy. Which is...
Oh, Vince does that a lot. Vince used to do that a lot. He said the same shit to Sheamus at one point, I believe.
He did the same thing to fucking Yokozuna. Apparently, Yokozuna was underemployment until mid-1998 or some shit.
You're like Chef Boyardee Beefaroni. You can eat them shits in developmental, brother.
That's crazy.
I still can't believe that Big Show got in the best shape of his career and didn't get to have his match with Shaq.
Well, he kind of did.
I mean, he got in the Battle Royal, but that's not like a match. In the same way that like you're not gonna say like, oh, you got a dream match because 2 people fought in the Royal Rumble.
Bro, where's the cinematic Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Absolutely, I need that. Yeah.
That would
whoever wins, just they superimpose their body onto a skyscraper, just make it look like they're super fucking tall.
Who even won the 2020 Andre Battle Royal?
Whoever, no. Did they even do it?
No, Baron Corbin. No,
he won 2016. What?
Hold on,
was it Braun?
Hold on.
Okay.
I love how this is called like.
Continue with the matches. I'll look it up.
Okay, I'm also looking it up.
Okay, they didn't do it. They skipped.
Oh, they
didn't
do it?
No, they skipped.
I guess it makes sense. It was the COVID year.
Yeah.
They could have done on like fucking Raw or something like that when like nobody cared.
I mean, they probably could have, but also getting COVID precautions.
I guess so. I guess you're right.
Yeah, Royal Rumbles during that time seemed like a very bad idea now that I think about it more.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So Cena...
I could just imagine the doctors in the back being like, hey, buddy, listen.
Yeah, dude, probably not
Royal
gonna...
Rumble. Yeah, we're not doing... I know I'm like an orthopedic doctor. I work on the bones, but like, something tells me this isn't a good idea right now.
One sneeze and it's all over.
Okay, but okay, so then Cena comes out with Dr. Thugonomics. They haven't come out with NWO to criticize.
Hold on.
How he never went heel.
I got 3 more rhymes here if you guys want to hear it.
Yes, I do.
Save them for the end of the episode, Shen. They'll be a good closer.
Okay.
Okay then.
They're a good closure.
So they do the Thugonomics. Oh, did we missed the fucking because he does his debut. He chased him out of the ring, and they go to the Saturday Night's main event thing because I think what it was supposed to be. Because he asked him, was like, "Is this what you pictured, like, what you wanted to do your whole life?" And it goes to the '80s wrestling shit, which is like I think what Cena grew up watching and shit during that time.
They had young pictures. Yeah, in that thing they had like young pictures of Cena, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very young pictures of him holding like a makeshift belt.
Yep. That
I like to
yeah.
think they had to go to John Cena Senior's house and get pictures.
Yeah, where's Cena's dad in this match?
Yeah, we needed Cena Senior to come out, kick his son in the balls.
God, that would have been something.
It would have been something. Now, yeah, they go to like the Saturday Night's main event. Then we get that's such good shit.
That's such
good iconic.
It's such good shit.
This is such good shit. And then I forget. I feel like I remember seeing Huskus the pig just like dead on the table, but I can't recall if that actually happened.
He might have died of like what were you thinking of a previous example?
Oh wait, shit. Okay, we're forgetting one like important bit during the match. It was after the Thugonomics bit. He punches Cena out with his chain, and it does the old Bray Wyatt jump scare like pop up thing, and it cuts to him in and it's cutting to him in the rocking chair backstage with like his old gear on, and I have it word for word right here. He's like, "I was the color red in a world filled with black and white. I had the whole world in my hands. Abigail spoke of this day my entire life. You were supposed to be the man of the people. Why weren't you listening?" And it cuts to the crowd singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. It's showing footage of their match at Mania 30. And he's like, "You hear him now, John? They wanted me. They needed me. This was supposed to be this was supposed to be a prophecy fulfilled. But instead, it was my grandest failure." And it's cutting to him losing at Mania 30 that night. "I've been hurting for so long."
Fun fact, I think on the road to this match, they played that match in its entirety.
That's actually pretty sick.
On TV.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, honestly, if there's anything I kind of liked was that they were legit, because they couldn't get full TV time. They were just showing old matches, which was kind of cool.
They need to do that now.
I agree. Also, if WWE goes to Netflix, could they get rid of the 3 hour, by the way, or when it goes to Netflix?
We're gonna go to 4 hours.
No, I
the easiest.
Don't say that because they're gonna start like doing live tapings of WWE Speed.
They're gonna do a 1 hour WWE Speed show.
Oh.
In 1 hour with 3-minute matches, that would get 20 fucking matches.
Let's go.
That would be awesome. They would all be shit like Baron Corbin versus Kevin Nash.
I'm telling you, Matt.
Baron Corbin versus Axiom.
3-minute shows, 20
match on
20
Speed.
matches.
That's never gonna happen. Every match would go past the time limit draw.
That's funny.
Now, dude, have you seen Baron Corbin shit on NXT?
Have I seen Baron Corbin? Oh, wait. Yes, because he had the match with Braun Breaker this past weekend. His tag team match.
Yeah, no, shit. Unironically, Baron Corbin and NXT has actually been cooking.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
They needed...
Well, Baron Corbin's just a very good wrestler,
like,
whether people want to believe it or not.
Yeah, he's like a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
It's just like Vince just kept underbooking with the worst shit and not letting him actually wrestle.
Oh, for sure.
They keep making him look like a smacked ass, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he goes to NXT, he's immediately an NXT tag champ with the bumps and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Good on the guy. Good on him.
He's one of those people that they just really like jobbing him out to like bigger name because he's like big and he looks big and like intimidating, but they like jobbing him the fuck out on the main card. Bro, they really did that so much.
Yeah. But okay, so they have Bray and Cena come out in their 2014 gear from that time
to recreate the match because Bray's like, now it's not time to rewrite my story. What is it with these fucking wrestlers and their stories? I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't know, but here's a fun fact here for anyone who might not know. Okay, so this match was in this year's WWE 2K Showcase, right, for 2K24.
I've got heat with that mode, by the way.
Oh no, fair enough. I hate that mode, but the characters you unlock are shit like John Cena 20, Doctor of Thugonomics, or John Cena 20, 2002. It's so fucking confusing, you know?
Bray Wyatt SNME or something like Saturday Night's Main Event.
SMNE, yeah, which makes sense actually. That one does make pretty good sense.
Yeah,
I'll say. That is just shit like John Cena N20 NWO.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me. Anyway, I just want to go on that little side too.
So
that's all.
Bray hands John the chair, and he's like, fix what you did. And he's like, we both know that's not how this is gonna end, Superman. 6 years ago, you made the wrong choice, cowboy. And he's like screaming at him to like fix it. Cena takes a swing, but Bray teleports out of the ring, and it cuts to the old Nitro intro. And this is where Bray's like dressed up like Eric Bischoff, recreating how he would like introduce Hollywood Hulk Hogan coming out to the ring. And I guess this is supposed to be like mocking Cena for going Hollywood and shit during that time. This is where the
that and going into business for himself at some points back in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at it, it's like everything about this was just like a huge commentary on John Cena.
Yep.
And almost like him just kind of fessing up to, yeah, I was an asshole. I deserve this. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the too sweet gesture in the ring. Then Cena takes off the hat and he double legs Bray in the ring. He's throwing shitty looking punches.
Bret Hart.
He double legs Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And so while he's doing these punches on him, it's cut into splices of like ECW One Night Stand, Money in the Bank 2011, SummerSlam 2014, all the times he lost to Edge, Orton, and The Undertaker and all that shit. And that's when he's like beating up Huskus the Pig in the ring, and then the Fiend pops up behind Cena and gives him the mandible claw, and he sets him up for the Sister Abigail, and it shows a close up of Cena's head, and it's audio splicing from the Go Home promo before this match, where you hear Cena talking about, it's like, this WrestleMania match is going to accomplish what should have happened 6 years ago, ending the existence of the most overhyped, overvalued, overprivileged WWE superstar in existence, which in that promo he was referring to Bray, but it's over Cena, so now he's referring to himself. The Fiend gives Cena the Sister Abigail, they locks on the mandible claw again, and it cuts to Bray counting the pinfall, and Bray's just staring, and he's laughing.
1, 2, 3.
And he's laughing maniacally on the camera, and the Fiend...
That was the one thing that actually made this a wrestling match.
was the pinfall.
Kinda. Yeah, just having a pinfall.
And then the Fiend stands up, he starts posing. I thought he was going to go for the Rainmaker. He wasn't, sadly, but Cena fades out of existence. And, oh my god, dude. I put that... And to close out this whole match... I put this in my notes, live Titus reaction. It cuts back to Titus a bit. And he's like,
oh, right.
I don't know what I just saw, man.
I don't know what I just saw.
I need a meme.
I'm just going to say real quick.
I need a meme
for this era of WWE. I feel like, unironically, I think COVID kind of saved WWE creative-wise, kind of.
Oh, absolutely. It forced people to change what they were doing and look at wrestling in a totally different way. Because they couldn't hear the cheers, the boos. They couldn't really get that crowd interaction. So they had to do fulfilling stuff story-wise for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially considering this was also like probably the worst era for WWE ever. Like, Marshmallow was WWE 24/7 champion bad.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's not talk about the 24/7 champion.
Okay, I think the 24/7 championship could have worked, but they just made it a big comedy gimmick that was mostly a social media ploy.
Yeah, listen, when R-Truth had it, that championship meant something. When anybody else had it, it meant nothing.
Exactly.
True.
When it was like celebrities holding the title,
you should have held on to it.
It was like, oh.
Come on, bro.
The only person who actually helped the company with holding it as a celebrity was fucking Bad Bunny.
Yes.
That's because he took it on fucking SNL or...
No, I think it's because you're a mark because he does the Canadian Destroyer.
Well, I am not marking because he did the Canadian Destroyer shit.
Dude,
you can't, even though he does the Canadian Destroyer, man, you have to admit he's a fucking fantastic wrestler.
Okay,
he's a great athlete.
Is.
You can't take that.
Okay, to be fair, I did mark out when he hit Damian Priest with the Michinoku driver during Backlash last year.
Exactly.
It was like
exactly. Bad Bunny can wrestle. He's not. He's that man can wrestle.
That match, and I was like, oh my god, this is match of the year.
Yeah.
But to wrap this up a little bit, I suppose. So I just want to say, I think this match, along with saying like the Boneyard, kind of helped save WWE.
Well, it's like not just WWE,
like this,
but the Boneyard match helped save the Undertaker, and this helped save the Fiend.
Well, I'd say more so helped save the Undertaker's image after I'd say like 2017 onwards, he was just having stinker after stinker.
Well, it helped save his image, and this helped save the Fiend's image.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that, because the Fiend, and then it proceeded to then go away again after the Fiend had the fucking feud with Braun Strowman, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
I'm going to be real with you, Dodge. If you make me talk about the swamp fight on this show,
I'm
going
not
to
making you watch
quit.
that.
I'm going to quit this show.
Not you quitting the show.
Ren, I like torturing you, but I don't like torturing you that much.
That's fair.
And I'm gonna make you watch the Kennel from Hell match instead.
If you make me watch that, we're gonna watch a 40-minute Sonata match.
I thought you were already planning to watch a 40-minute Sonata match. Hey.
That's the plan. Anyways, I'm sorry, continue.
Anyways, I feel like stuff like this helped save WWE from that rut. And I think then the rut was truly saved, to me at least, when Roman came back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's in a ball-licky way, I'm saying it's in a genuine way, an honest way.
No, I agree.
If Roman didn't come back, I think the company could have been cooked. Flat out.
They would have adapted. I feel like they would have adapted. It would just been a very, very, very strong blow, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would have been one of those things where it's like WWE at this point is way too big to fail.
Yeah.
But damn, it would have hit record lows.
It really would have, yeah.
Like, Roman's run with COVID from like around August 2020 to, I would say, even like up till Mania 39, I'd say, was great.
Oh yeah.
And dare I say, helped save the company.
Well, Roman's whole change and like just the way he did things, his promos got better and everything like that. That he really did just push the company forward.
Yeah,
well,
Roman. As much as I could say, I got sick of Roman's reign by 2023 after Mania 39, when I thought Cody should win.
Oh yeah, Cody should have won that. Yeah.
Of it. I think Roman still is definitely a helping factor in saving WWE from its creative rut for a while.
Absolutely.
It's a mixture of his reign for like the visual product wise, but as well as, Vince quitting or getting
Yeah, and I was gonna say he didn't quit. That was
he got
initially
fucking booted out.
Initially he quit, and then he started to come to the UFC just to get back onto the show and take over Raw.
Then he quits again. Pretty much forced to quit.
Then he's forced to quit now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's why they sold it. That's the whole reason he sold to the UFC, right? So he can get his way back onto the board.
Yeah. That was what he did. It was a power play, and it failed in the long run after the lawsuit came back up. Anyway, shit like that, considering Roman in 2020 went from considering himself fucking retired to coming back and having that 3-year run. No matter how much you could think that title reign got stale, which I'll agree with you, I will still thank Roman for saving the company from that rut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole run with Roman was spectacular, in my opinion.
Overall, I don't think we can.
But Cody should have won
this match.
I mean,
as an actual match, at least.
Okay, but like going back to the time, right? I genuinely thought that this was Cena's version of a retirement match. Because looking at it,
I think everyone did.
Yeah,
it was such a weird way to go out, and to think about it more and more. It was truly like, I don't know if you guys are into the whole, like, theorizing about, the actual meaning behind the Firefly Funhouse stuff. But it truly was like a fight within the mind. And it was like, oh, yep, nope, I'm done. I'm putting my boots up. I lost. This is it. And I think ever since that point, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was the start of his losing streak.
It was.
Yep.
Doesn't he come back at the 2021 Money in the Bank?
Yeah, he came back on Money in the Bank, had that match with Roman, lost. 2022 was pretty much gone the entire year. Then that came out to have that tag match with the Roman and Sammy with Kevin Owens as his partner. Then 2023 has that match at Mania, which shows up once. It was a stinker mainly because Austin Theory kind of blew.
Loses again, though.
Anyway. Yeah, loses again. Then
Solo
the writer's strike happens, and he gets to have a fucking good a good final, like maybe potential final run. And it loses again.
Well, he got beat up by
I feel like
Solo
Cena. I think
Sikoa,
Cena.
right?
If Cena is gonna come back, he's saying apparently that after this year, at the end of the year, he might try to say Hollywood, hey, I want to take a breather. I want to come back to WWE one final run.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, I think Cena should go out on one final win. Personally,
I think he should have that one last title change so that he can beat out Ric Flair's record. But
yeah, because fuck Ric Flair.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
I don't care if he gets cashed in on immediately after. I don't care.
Ooh, that would be a really great out, though. Just like, hey, fuck you, Ric Flair, but this is it.
Yeah, but overall though, I don't think we can rate this match in like a traditional sense.
I did.
Well, so you can.
Yeah, I give it S tier, just on a pure entertainment value, because it's like, wait, they hit like 3 moves in this match in total.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, you can't really rate it on like a match quality. You just have to.
Well, that's what I mean. You can't.
Put it on a Meltzer scale.
Yeah, you can't
really rate on that. You can rate it on like a 10 out of what. You have to rate it more on like a film standard, 1 out of 10.
I mean, it's WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Were you entertained? And to me,
absolutely,
I was thoroughly entertained.
10.
So I would give it like. It's hard to give it an S after WrestleMania 40, so I'm gonna give it like really, really high A. Because
I'm giving this a 10.
I feel like
I'm going to agree. I think I'm going to have to give this a very, very high A, closing in on S, but I have to agree. I think it's a very, very high A.
It does like a good character analysis, breakdown of someone's faults in kayfabe, and it doesn't in like a memorable way that we're still talking about it 4 years later and shit.
Exactly.
It's
just like, it's so hard to call it S tier when you just saw how many years? Cody's story, 2 or 3 years of him just working back up to the head of the table, and wanting to finish his story.
Oh yeah, for surely. That
it's just
but
WrestleMania 40 is a very fairy tale ending.
It's like you can't. It's hard to really want to go and compare those though, because these are two pretty much different things entirely.
I think I'm saying that if anything, the match and the lead up to it was absolutely rushed, and that's my only fault with it. It was just so rushed.
If anything, though, what's it called? The match at WrestleMania really just sets a standard for what is considered S tier, though. What's it called? It really just sets a standard what's considered S tier, though. Now, so just looking back retrospectively. Looking at that match and then looking back to other matches, you're going to you know what I mean? At the end of the day, with WrestleMania 40 out the way, people are going to start comparing other matches to that, right? And build-ups and leads and stories and stuff like that. So that's why I'm getting from why it's a high A and not an S tier anymore.
Yeah. Alright, that's going on for real.
Yeah,
but S tier.
But S tier.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, opinions are opinions, right?
I almost want to give it.
It is iconic in its own special way.
Yeah.
I'd give it an S plus there. I would say.
Hey, that's cool.
I almost want to give it an all-timer tier and stuff because I feel like.
I think it is, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, it's an all-time match. It's like a must-see.
You know what? I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, all-timer. I'm putting this. I would agree, Rain. I'm putting this an all-timer. If we're going by your. If we're going for once my Ring Rewind standards for once, because it makes more sense, I'll agree.
Then yeah, no.
End of the day,
because
I won't say no to it. Yeah.
Dude, because you're never ever gonna get another match like this. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
because all the other cinematic matches this year suck balls.
And none of them are, at least in my opinion, ballsy enough to kind of, portray the boss as they did.
Oh, bro, but what's it called? Like you said, I was gonna say before, it's not just a character analysis on fucking Bray Wyatt, but it's also just a hit, kind of like a little hit piece on fucking the company itself doing it too. It was great. No one wants to make the boss angry now.
No one wants.
For fuck's sake, if I remember correctly, I think Vince was the only puppet in the Firefly Funhouse that literally, the type of puppet it was the only one that had to stick up its ass.
Yeah,
I think it was. What are they?
And had devil horns, just portrayed him as a bad evil person.
But I don't think we have much else to say.
Yes,
really.
we do.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Cena.
Finish your fucking rap real quick. I got shit to do.
Cena says,
Okay.
"You're in the doctor's house trying to get up in my face. All you really get is these nuts all up in your face."
God damn it.
Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you, Clueless Nix, for coming on today's episode and stuff. We really enjoyed having you on. And if you ever want to come back, just
good.
hit us up. We'll
I
always...
would love to.
Where can we find you? I want to find your home address.
I don't know about that one, but
probably in the dumpster behind the local Chinese restaurant, trying to find some good food.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what? Those dumplings.
Yeah, no, for real though.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, dumplings also like Shurian calls a shitty one of balls.
What?
Excuse me.
You can find me on Twitter/x.com /cluelessnix or on Twitch with the same name.
Hell fucking yeah.
Let's stream. Let's go, lads.
Let's go. If you ever want to come back, I don't think anyone else would mind.
We would love to have you come back, like, anytime, you know?
Hell
I don't know. I personally would. You're great. You did great. This is awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now I'm going to now close this out by saying my favorite sentence. Stone Cold Steve Austin inserting himself in the Royal Rumble. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Canadian Destroyer. Keyword, but was Canadian Destroyer.
You guys are
okay, I'm done.